Yo, songwriters got to start getting paid. Now, I've owned a studio out in Atlanta for like 8 years. I stopped doing studio recently. I wanted my time back. But the most discouraging thing that I've seen throughout my tenure running studios, right, owning studios, was just seeing songwriters not being paid or compensated for their work up front like producers. It's the most disgusting thing that I've seen because they're also considered songwriters. On the back end splits, they have to split their money or that piece of the pie with the producers. Producer gets half, the lyric writer gets half. Both of them are considered songwriters. One of them writes the melody, the other one writes the lyrics. So why do songwriters have to get paid on the back end while the producers get the front end and the same back end as the songwriters? That don't make any sense. So songwriters, I am changing the narrative right now. Lyric writers, I am changing the narrative right now because there is a heavy time cost that goes into writing these songs, just like making those beats. Both are considered songwriters. Both are considered songwriters. Why do lyric writers have to wait till the label or the executive producers get paid so they can be compensated? And the game is changing because back then, songwriters, if they play something on an album and the album did really, really well, if anybody bought the album, the songwriter would be compensated because they split up the revenue between all the songs on the album and compensated the writer. Right now, you can go on iTunes or any Play Store or playlist store or streaming site and just stream the songs that you like. So I could write on a top project and still be struggling. How does that work? And if we've taken advance to get to song that we place, then it's an egregious loan shark type of loan that we have to take against our royalties. It's disgusting. We have to change it. So what I want to say is that we have to look at ourselves like brands. We are brands. And I'm not just a songwriter, I'm an artist as well. I'm an engineer. I'm a businessman. I'm a business owner. But once you get into and you start doing these creative things like I'm engineering, I'm producing, I'm singing, I'm songwriter, you grow an appreciation of what it takes to create that thing. You grow an appreciation of what it takes to mix or record or the time cost. Like, I'm at the point where I want top dollar for what I do because it's heavy. It's not the fact that I have a family. Is it the fact that, this costs me a lot of time. I could be building my legacy. And in me building my legacy and me owning this property, I have to be well compensated for it. So no, we won't do it for no back ends. I was looking at a looking list the other day, right? My friend sent me. And I was looking at it from the vantage point of, man, all of these artists expect songs do they really expect not to pay a front end fee? Or they only expect to pay a front end fee from well-known producers? Because I know, me coming from a production background, I started off producing, right? Made 6 figures producing. No placements, no nothing, right? A lot of my online production friends were making 6 figures online. $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month. No deals. A lot of them are still making that kind of money now. They don't really care for a record deal. They don't really care for a publishing deal. They don't really care for those situations because they understand that they're living off those upfronts. Songwriters, we have to be able to create an infrastructure as well. Now, this is no knock against producers. We want to work in tangent with you guys. We want to be able to work. We want to be able to create a relationship where we both get paid. So I'm not attacking producers. I'm attacking the industry that created this dumbass narrative that we have to wait on our money. Because we don't. We don't have to wait. We can get our bread up front. Because could you imagine the kind of songs that we would create if songwriters got their upfront fees and they got compensated what they deserved? Because right now we got a handful of writers writing everything. Now, maybe you could make an argument to say, you know what, the label doesn't want to take a chance. They want to only deal with hit writers. But if you have writers that can't afford to keep perfecting their craft, they have to go outside, then they can never max out their potential. Because this is about being able to sustain yourself. Before you can make it, you got to make a living. That is what comes first. Before you can make it, you have to make a living. And this is the important part about songwriting. The average age of a songwriter that makes it is 45 years old. I know, look, I was making $100,000 a year at 20 years old, producing beats. The average age of a songwriter that makes it is 45. That'll show you the disparity between both, which are considered, both are considered songwriters. So we got to change it. We got to change it. You know, I'm changing the narrative. I'm going to get off here because I'm getting pissed off. It's your boy Fedarro.